Hello, this is Barry Wilkie, educator with Startup Trading. So what I'm going to do is go over what is on the daily equity trade sheet. So at the top of it, you'll have the session date that this is posted for, and then you'll have two chart links, one for an ES only chart and one for the 4 index equity chart link. These are Thinkorswim loads here, and what the charts look like is here. So this is your ES only, so you get the value area along with the other levels that I watch. Those levels are noted inside of here, and there's a legend for them. So this is the ES only. This is the 4 index equity grid. So it's got the values for each of them, the other reference points that are on here, and a legend for them. So we've got the bell to bell, we've got the overnight high and lows, we got the settlements, and we got the floor trader pivot levels on here, along with the bell open and the European close. So this is the top of it, and then here's a link for a legend if you need to, until you're familiar with the color scheme and what the colors are, what the legend is for those. You have just a quick bias read over the prior day, 5 to 10 day range, 15 to 20 day, and 20 to 60 day range. There's some more information you can look at below that goes in a little bit more detailed into these, and year to date as long as some previous years as well. So this moving on to this upper right corner, this is my Fed watch. Well, with us at 0 right now, the target rate is between 0 and 0.25. Not a whole lot going on here, so it's just a list of the upcoming meetings and when they are. I might end up putting some balance sheet information on here. Traditionally, what I've done is the percentage or the probability of a rate hike or a rate cut, and once this is over, there'll be some percentage chances of rate hikes coming up, I would assume, in the not too distant future, maybe, 13, 14 months after there's a vaccine out for everyone, right? So then I have a this week, and I'm really looking at this as for U.S. equities, right? There's a lot of news out there that posts that affects other markets, but I'm really looking for U.S. equity market movers. So these are the ones I note. Again, as you look down here, blue star means it's usually a non-event, but it has a potential to be explosive. A red star event usually means there's volatility associated with those events. So if you just look out today for what I've got marked, for this week, retail sales and unemployment claims are going to be big going forward. And then the Bank of Canada rate announcement and their press conference really isn't going to do too much for the U.S. equity markets in general. Below this, we have notable earnings before and after the bell. The B is before, the A is after. Right up here is your legend. So who's reporting, and if they're in red, the markets that it could potentially have an impact on, that you could actually see these reports swing the entire index or indices, and I'll note those when I think that you should pay attention to that this is before or after the bell. And if they're going to report between 4 o'clock and 4:15, or if they're not going to report between 4 and 4:15, I'll usually note that, like Apple never reports till 4:30. So if you're playing Nadex, it's not going to help you that they report after the bell that day, right? It's not going to be involved with a Nadex play at all. Or Netflix, the rest of the FANG stocks, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, all those will be reporting between 4 and 4:15, and will affect the NQ at that point in time. We have a previous day's summary, right? I'm giving you the bell-to-bell point of control volume. So as you watch this, you can weight then yourself what you think about that point of control. Is it big? Is it small? Is it important? Is it something you should neglect? Right? Then we've got just you can go through here and read these yourself. But lots of different milestones that we're watching, and then we have the floor trader pivots, what they're going to be for the day for each of the indexes. And then we get down to the just for the ES, the S&P 500, the 10-day range analysis, right? We got the minimum and maximum range for bell to bell, session, overnight, first hour. We got the minimum, the maximum, the median day, and what happened the previous day. So you can really look to see if there's range expansion, range contraction, etc. Then we go back down to the performance of the market over the last different period of time, 1 day, 5 day, you can go through here and read these out, how far they're up or down in that time period. And then what I do is I graphically compare them all starting at the same point, right? What have they done relative to each other over those trading days? And there's, the same thing, graphs down here. So you can analyze, who's outperforming, where can you get alpha? If you want to be in a little bit safer, where would you like that to be? Who's volatile, who's not? Are they moving together? Are they moving apart? Or is there divergence between them and whatnot? So you can go through here. And at the bottom of it, we have, year to date as well, how they're performing. And then we've got 2019, 2018, and 2017 is just historical references for you. So this is what is updated on the sheet every day for you, and you can go through. But it's just a lot of little things. And again, using the profile charts for either the ES, but what I prefer is the 4 index analysis, watching to see if they're all above, all below, all in. Is it a pop and flop? Is it failure to go lower? Really, what are the important milestones to watch as far as price action? I hope this helps, and hope to see you in our trading room.